If I do that, hang on, I think I see. I've got to slide them in place, and these things are going to connect on like the upper, path. Okay, so I don't actually have to rotate them. I just gotta give them a big ol' shove. In that case, oh, I see. There's an elbow. There's like one of those, like, I like to call them like elbow connections there. But I don't know exactly. Wait a minute. Can I go up? Do I have to, like, push something else in the way? I can't move this by any chance, can I? I can move that. Alright, wow, that took a while. I didn't realize that that was interactable. Alright. That will actually make this whole thing a lot easier. So, that's going to complete the second circuit. And... alright. There we go. So that is going to complete them both at the same time, I think. And that's going to make those start levitating. It wasn't me. Who is Temper at the Alchemy Forge? Who are you intruders? Tell me at once. If you're with those terrible soldiers, don't bother trying to strong-arm me or my people. I may look old, but I'm a descendant of the ancients. Passaj will never crave to your outsiders. We descendants of the Exathi. I think I got that. Exathi? How did I say it the first time? Anyway, I'll speak with the Aote King, but not yours. Excuse me, sir, but we're not who you think we are. Though you and I have met before. What are you looking at, Gramps? Gramps? I'm an elder of Passaj. Call me that or by my name, Bogo? Bogo. Anything else is disrespectful. Yeah, I can see that. Alright, now who lit these fires? Was it you? One of you must be able to wield synergy. All of us can. We're adepts. The hair color is a bit of a giveaway here. Are you now? The adepts are descendants of the Jedi who reigned over the ancient world. Yes, we just spent like 10 minutes going over that. I've heard of the legends of the Jedi and even of the Naox of nearby Craggy Peak. I've also heard of the Exathi. Exathi, who were your ancestors of legend, right? How did you come to know all of this? I'm a student of alchemy. I once visited here with the scholar Kraden. Kraden, did you say? Is Kraden with you now? No, I'm sorry to say that he's not. What a shame. He was an interesting old fellow, and we parted ways too soon. Kraden couldn't figure out how to restart your forge, but we adepts have. So you have. Well, look at that. The fires are blazing. Though the Alchemy Forge has been relit, the writing says that we need a critical part to control it. What does it say? What? It couldn't be clearer. It says what it says. You'll have to forgive our ignorance. It simply looks like a curious design to us. It means something. My, for adepts it seems that you know less than I'd expect. What is that? Soul Mask. That's what it says. Soul Mask? Is that the one that's in the labyrinth that I didn't go and fetch that other time? I'm gonna take a wild guess that it is. Anything else, Gramps? You've got all the answers. Don't call me Gramps. It says that the machine can only be used once the soul mask is inserted here. Ah, and that the mask is in the ancient Ouroboros labyrinth. That will be a problem given that the Ouroboros is below Kyocho Palace. But are you sure we need the mask? The forge looks ready to go. Yes, it is strange, but the ancients probably wanted to ensure that only the right people could use it. I'm certain that's why we needed the mask. I only wish it were here. Bogo, what exactly is the soul mask? I seem to have heard of the Naox on distant Craggy Peak, who watched over this part of Angara. The Naox were Genii who helped build the Harappa, Ayuthai, and I guess the Ouroboros? Yes, and Passaj. So few alive today know the secrets of those ancient times. I am one of them, and I rarely share secrets with outsiders, but since you know Kraden, I'll tell you more. I know of an old prophecy about what would happen if alchemy were restored to the world. The Naox predicted that adepts would come to restore the fallen civilization to its former glory. I have long hoped that such a thing would come to pass, for life here gets harder by the year. Those of us in the southern part of Angara owe what little we have to the ancient Naox. We live our hard scrabble lives. That's an interesting phrase, amid the broken pieces of the long-dead civilization. Those people who lived on Craggy Peak really made that much stuff, huh? It's hard to imagine that the Naox could have done so much, yet so little is known about them. The Genii all over the ancient Wayard took their secrets with them. These Naox sound fascinating. I know nothing of Genii elsewhere, only of the Naox who guided the fate of our reign from that peak. When the ancient Genii faded into history, so too did the Naox. I'm sure Kraden has told you that the ancients cut off the world's connection to alchemy. Of course, all that powerful synergy was too tempting for the ancient people of Wayard, so they placed devices across the world to stop it up. As we now know, stopping the flow of synergy had terrible consequences. Synergy is what sustains the world. Without it, everything began to decay. Our parents were the ones who saved the world, the warriors of Vale. I'm surprised I haven't clicked on that one so far. Those are your parents? Kraden told me about the quest to save the world from the Golden Sun, with the Golden Sun. Again, just hitting that one just to make the underline go away. Kraden does like to talk about it, doesn't he? He's quite proud of the role he played. A noble soul, that Kraden. And you are the children of the warriors of Vale. Remarkable. How does all this relate to the soul mask? Oh, yes. The Naox created the Alchemy Forge just for the craftsmen of Passaj. But synergy was needed to keep the forge running. So when the Naox vanished, Passaj just couldn't use the Alchemy Forge anymore. What a clever young man you are. Without synergy, our forge stopped, and Passaj began its long and slow decline through the ages. When the Golden Sun happened 30 years ago, we thought our forge might restart, but it didn't. I guess we simply needed the right adepts to come along, but it's not yet at full strength, it seems. To get the Alchemy Forge back in working condition, you don't need any more fire, that's for certain. We need the soul mask. Right, as you can see, that's exactly what we still need. Again, this is probably the third or fourth time we've been through this same conversation thread. I'm not entirely sure why the writers were so insistent on, you know, going in circles this many times in basically every major cutscene, but I know this definitely is not the first time I've complained about this in a Golden Sun game, and it definitely will not be the last. Anyway. If I had to guess, it was to ensure that only their allies, specifically, could get to the Naox city on Craggy Peak. And speaking of allies and enemies, Soul Mask is perilously close to our enemy, King Woe of Kyocho. The Ouroboros is under distant Kyocho Palace, from which King Woe is waging war on Passaj. Kyocho has sent waves of soldiers to conquer Passaj. We fended off their attacks. Something about being a city on a hill, I suppose. Do you think that Kyocho soldiers are trying to get their hands on the Alchemy Forge? Honestly, probably. Whether or not they really understand the true extent of what's going on here, or they're just doing what that weird pink-haired lady says, is anyone's guess. But how could they do anything with it? What do you mean? Well, we adepts could only start it up, and even now, we still need the soul mask to actually use it. You know, that mask seems just important to the people of Passaj as it does to us. So it's twice as important to find that soul mask. Kraden did think the machine was very important. It does seem that Bogo and his people have fallen upon hard times without their forge. I cannot ask you to enter the Ouroboros for our sakes. No, it is far too dangerous. What is inside the Ouroboros, exactly? It's a fiendish labyrinth. Its twisting, turning coils have ensnared all who dare enter it. So, I guess this would be a good time to remember that I could have, and probably most people would have come here first. I just happened to run past this dungeon and went over to, you know, explore some of the rest of the overworld, the palace and whatnot. And probably most people, when they're coming through this part of the story, wouldn't have met King Woe or anything like that yet. Stop calling me Gramps! Nevertheless, it's all true. The Ouroboros is a maze filled with riches. Many treasure hunters have ventured inside it. But none have ever returned. Not one in all these years. Have any of us adepts ever tried? Elder? I don't believe so. Perhaps you could succeed. Seems like someone should have tried that earlier, huh? We of Passaj could never thank you enough if you were able to restore our Alchemy Forge fully. And wouldn't the King of Aute be fascinated? The King of Aute? King Pythos. Don't believe we've met him yet. Alright, so they have an alchemy well too, interesting. No, alchemy well, not alchemy forge. Which I'm sure are going to be connected in some way. The people of Aotai are also descendants of the Exathi. They have their own ancient machine. The alchemy well, indeed. To produce water in vast quantities. So are there going to be 4 of these? One to associate with each of the elements or something? Golden Sun games do tend to like to do that kind of thing. The Aotai machine started working suddenly about 20 years ago. Aotai's growth has been explosive since then. I've been somewhat jealous. So my heart's desire is to see our own Alchemy Forge working again. What's he hurrying off to do all of a sudden? Before you leave Passaj, you must learn more about our meeting hall. We have ancient secrets to share. Please come outside, then climb the stairs to the side to reach it. On the side to reach it. I'll wait for you in our hall. Okay. See, when I came in here, I thought that I would just solve a simple puzzle and then leave off the video and then, like, come back here in the next video. But that went on for, almost 15 minutes longer than I thought. So I think this is going to have to be cut in half awkwardly in the middle. Firstly, before I do anything else, there's an inn here. Right, remind me, do the NPCs and shops and stuff say different things behind the counter? It looks like they do. Okay. Do not feel like reading everyone's text out loud, because that tends to wear down my voice a little faster. There's a nut in there. Alright, free HP. Is there like an entrance to a cave back here? I do like the, I do like towns and games which have the theme of, like, you know, all the houses have, like, back doors into, like, a cave network or something like that. I have no idea why that sort of thing fascinates me so, but I've always liked it. Simple suit of meat and mushrooms. Hard stuff for Passaj's workers. Sounds good. Should I be, like... Is it the cool YouTube thing to, like, make a tier list of everyone's cooking nowadays? Should I feel like that's a solid A right there. Anyway. Clouds. You're gonna tell me about the cloud passage. A little bit on the nose here, are we? Oh, like peas in a pod. I thought you were talking about, like, actual pea pods in the context of, like, food or something. Alright. Looking for our elder? Yeah, I've been there. We had a bit of an exchange with him. Seemed a bit like he had a bit of a short fuse, but other than that, I think we got what we needed. Or at least we learned what we needed. Or part of it anyway. I guess we've got to see him more later. And you're going to tell me about the forge. Alright, so I guess the assumption is that most people were going to, like, go to the inn first before going anywhere else. NPCs. Let's see. So here we have another dual stove set up. There is a dessert sponge from sugar that looks like clouds. So pretty, so sweet. So you're making cotton candy? Alright, that's an S tier, if ever I saw one. Mountain style dumpling filled with minced vegetables and hot and sour sauce. What high altitude tastiness. Alright, so you're not the first NPC who's been making dumplings. Do like those. Not like my all-time favorite food, but I feel like that would have to at least a high B, if not a low A, on our little tier list here. Okay, so that does lead back outside. This is the other house I was already in, right? Yeah, we've already been in there. Down here, this is the Sanctum. Can I talk to Sanctum guy from behind the counter here? Oh, there's NPCs in the Sanctum. That's not something you see that often. Alright, everyone is gonna keep talking about the Janae and Exalti and whoever else. I can't talk to the Sanctum guy from behind. What's this? Is this a closet, or is this gonna go back into the mountain? Alright, so... Yes. Where... I think I would want to push that into this corner. So... I love the noises that these make, by the way. If we push this around this way... we can do a little bit of puzzle solving. And we can go into this little section down here. What is this? Treasure. Quality Zol. What exactly is that for? Forgeable. Okay, so there's gonna be some of that in this game too. Have not met a blacksmith or anything yet, but when we do, I guess we'll know what to do with it. Alright, so we can leave the Sanctum, and I think there were a couple of other houses in this town. Of course, the fact that we entered half of them from, like, the back door in the mountain, turned me around a little bit. So there's an NPC who's gonna sell some various items. The Alchemy Forge here can melt anything down and make it whole again. Is that gonna be, like, the blacksmith mechanic in this game? Anyway, if I go in here, I don't know exactly how much stuff I'm gonna have to upgrade, because I did just do that not long ago. But we'll, an old metal worker. Can I, Is there nobody who will actually... Oh, I have to get the forge running properly before I can buy anything? Well... Let's see. So this one's a T, that one's a horizontal. Can I get that around without, like, pushing it into that one hole? Can I get this guy out of the way? Alright, well, first let's go and push this. Oh, no, I don't think I can, because that'll be outside the boundary. Can I get this guy out of the way? The NPC is part of the puzzle. Can I use move on you? Could I drop you, like, into the, actually, wait. I think first, I can push this one. I was gonna say, if I drop one into a wrong hole on purpose, could I, like, dig it out with some other synergy, but, where'd my stylus go? That was the wrong one. I need the elbow. If I push the elbow this way, I can reach this. Doink. And then I can use the T. And that one can go into here. Come on, you can do it. That one can go into here. And then, yeah, that cleared up enough things that I should be able to get the horizontal back. Oh my god, help. Back behind here. Stop. I believe we moved this sideways. And that will be the last one. And is this the forge that you're talking about? Not the Alchemy Forge? It does sound like you were talking about the Alchemy Forge. Can I use fire on this or something? It didn't light up, which makes me think that those statue thingies aren't gonna be it. But there is the one wire going out the door. Oh, that's coming from the Alchemy Forge, isn't it? And then, like, when I light that up... Yeah. Alright, I see where we're going. Do all these houses have something... Oh, is this like... Is that just everyone's power supply? By the way, what's in here? Haven't talked to you idiots yet. Alright, you're just gonna say the same thing. You don't have a stove. The ancient people known as the Depths. Wonder what that could possibly be about. That house doesn't seem to have an entrance to the, like, the outside. So I guess when they want to go outside, they have to, like, go through someone else's living room. Alright. Did I go down here yet? Let's see. Alright, we're in a cave. One of the Zol miners... Alright, so this is, is this another... Is this, like, the upper part of that Zol mine from earlier? Oh, no, this is to the right of where I found that one treasure chest with the crafting material. When I talk to you, and I notice some of the other NPCs, like, the camera doesn't actually focus on you. It focuses on, like, something to, like, the... off to the side, which is a little weird. I think that block of Zol is just there for decoration. Let's see, what's this? Oh, this is an elevator. Well, I did make note of those on my way up, and I guess this is just going to be a shortcut to town, should you want to come back later. Alright, and we didn't have to watch us going through all of the other levels on the way back. Alright. Let's see, so... I might remember that. I might want to remember that if I come back here later. What is this? It's locked. Alright, what do you have to say? This is a treasury vault. I don't let so much as a mouse through without say-so from Bogo. Alright. How does one get say-so from Bogo, I guess is the next question? Where were we supposed to go, by the way? Were we supposed to go back upstairs to, like, the, was I in here yet? Oh, this was the house where that meeting was being held, wasn't it? So there's gonna be more plot here. What is this? The Village Elders? The Council of Elders? Whatever? We have special visitors to our meeting. The children of the Warriors of Vale. They have just arrived in Passaj. They've used the great synergy powers to restart our Alchemy Forge. Our forge fixed? Synergy powers? Can't believe it. Visitors from Vale. Let's just get the underline out from under that one. I think we know what Vale is by this point. Settle down. Our forge has been restarted, but it's not functional. We need a crucial item. Not functional. A crucial item? But we have to get our forge working again. What we need is our soul mask from the Ouroboros Labyrinth. Yeah, that's all stuff we already know. Alright. Not the Ouroboros Labyrinth, but that's under Kyocho Palace. Then it's hopeless. Maybe not. I think I know of a way to get the soul mask. You look different. That tells me that you're probably an important NPC. Mister, I have the very fluffy looking hat. Calm down, everyone. The children of the Warriors of Vale will fetch it for us. So please, answer their questions. Now, please enter, friends. The elders possess great wisdom. You may find something vital for your journey in their thoughts. Alright, firstly, who are you, and where did you get that hat, and can I have one? My name is Boggy, so you're helping my grandfather Bogo. Lost his parents at an early age and has since devoted himself to serving the people of Passaj. That's nice of him. Then you must be headed to the Kyocho to find what you need to make the Alchemy Forge functional. Why would you do this for us? Because it's a quest and a game, and that's what I do. Do you perhaps hope to get across the mountains? Oh yeah, there was that too, wasn't there? If the Alchemy Forge is working, I'm sure you can go the same way. So you must enter the Ouroboros. I know someone you might know how to survive the labyrinth. His name is Amidi. He lives a pretty privileged life in Ayutthaya. I guess you could say he's the golden child. So it's difficult for most outsiders to get anywhere near him. But I'm his friend. I know a way. But I'll need to give you something first. Follow me. Alright. Where did you go? Oh, it was just over here. Now, where did I put it? That's odd. Ah, found it. Now, before I give this to you, I've got to tell you the latest news from Ayutthaya. King Woe of Kyoto wants to take over Ayutthaya. In fact, he's got the main castle surrounded by troops. Don't worry, King Woe's soldiers can't possibly succeed. The people of Ayutthaya have hidden deep under the castle grounds where Kyoto can't find them. There is a gate into this hidden city, but I hear that Kyoto's generals can't open it. No one can. So if you want to get inside Ayutthaya, you'll need this. That is a tree flute. The flute is the secret to getting into the castle, but it still won't be easy. You'll need to get past the generals to reach the inner Ayutthaya courtyard. There you'll find a strange and ancient tree. Walk up to it and play this flute. That tree is your only way into Ayutthaya. Once you get inside, find a meaty. His name wasn't underlined the first time, was it? Because I feel like if it was, I would have tapped on it. Anyway. Oh, I bet your Zol transport might be working now that you got powered up. Now that you powered up the forge. Okay, is that the elevator that I was on a minute ago? That's the fast way down to the bottom of our mountain. It hasn't been used in my lifetime. Look for it in the Zol storehouse nearby. Okay then, go find that soul mask. We're all counting on you. So that is going to be our next objective. It wasn't the empty pot I was interested in so much as the funny mask hanging above it. Alright. Let's not waste too much time there. Alright, so I think I'm going to end this off here. This video was pretty much entirely just talking to people. And, I don't think we really did a whole lot of fighting or anything like that, but we've learned what we've got to do next. So again, if you had, like, been visiting these locations in a linear sequence, why do I feel like I should go back down, like, the manual way just in case I missed anything? Was there did I see a genie somewhere? How do I get to that genie? I feel like I'd probably have to fix the forge before I can really, you know, go out that way. Because it looks like there are lines, like, circuitry heading off in this direction. So maybe I should just worry about that some other time. Anyway, my name is Dragonite. This has been Golden Sun Dark Dawn. Next time, we're going to be heading off back to where we came from. We're going to be going, I guess, to Ayutthaya first, and then back to the palace, and then hopefully we'll get to fight at least either the king, his generals, or both at some point in the near future. Let's see. You should all go check out Wizarducks and the Lost Hat, which is the game that I like to work on when I'm not doing YouTube stuff. Link to the Steam page can be found down below. I hope you all enjoyed that, and I will see you all later.